All right, guys. So we are going to do some work. But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Billy Davis, and I am just an average guy with average ambitions. I've been reading since I was like 8 years old, and I have a very high comprehension for reading. And I love electronics, and I understand electronics. So what we're going to do is we're just going to get into how to work effectively with cloud storage and things like that, because a lot of questions come in up in the group here about how do I access my files. Well, the first thing starts with organization. All right, so as you can see up here in this very top up here, you see my little picture up here. So that means I am signed in as me. So here is my account center. That's my email address. So basically, anywhere as I go in the world, I have access to my cloud. How do I get to my cloud? That's an excellent question. I have, just like everybody else, I have, pages open. So the easiest way is to just open up a new tab by clicking the plus sign. And then you're going to have those little guys up here where it says Google Apps. You can drag and you can drop and you can move things around. You can do it any way you want. I got it exactly the way I want. But let's take a look at Drive. All right. So you guys see where, so this is how many different accounts that I have. So the more accounts that you sign into by saying add another account, the more accounts that you have access to. So I do a lot of my work and web design work with my Tropical Tranquility Holdings account. As you can see, I have, some other accounts here and things like that. So what we're going to do is we're just going to switch over to that. It's going to launch another, oh, it stayed in. So now we are effectively in this other account. So now to access my other stuff, we're just going to click up here where it says Google Apps. And we're going to say, go to my drive. Now we are in my drive. So as you can see, this is my drive, and I have, some nice stuff in here, and it, me touching my toes, But anyways, so the nice thing about this is that you can go in here, click my drive. All right, so here's a bunch of things that is stored in my drive. I have these are all folders, and my friend here, I gave her a bunch of stuff. It's gonna pop up, just fun stuff. But I shared this with her. I gave her some music and things like that, some cool stuff that I had gotten from a package that I bought from. It was a lot. It was 1.5 million from a super bundle. But anyways, so anytime that I need something from here, that I just go in here and I can access it by double clicking on it. But so I have a folder here called PicPulse that I share with Nick, and if I have any issues, I usually just say, "Hey, there's a new uh, video in here." But he also has access to these videos here to where he can play with and he can fine tune his version, and he is more than welcome to use these. These are all our original, as you can see, DSC 4027.mov. That is from me. That is 100% legit. But anyways, I can use these files on any device that I am signed into. So if I am signed into this on my Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra, I will do a tutorial on that, and I will show you how to do that. But so how do you add files? How do you do this? But okay, so we're already in PicPulse. So what we're going to do is we're going to say new. So you're going to click the plus sign. So right here, you can choose to put another folder in here. Just anything that you want. You can choose to do a file upload, a file that is singular, so it's just one. Or you can do, folder. But just it is crazy. But anyways, I'm probably a little dyslexic. But anyway, so we can create a new folder, or we can just do file upload. But we just click file upload. It's going to launch. And this is my workhorse computer, by the way. So here is my navigation. This is a Windows preview build. So I can do a lot of things by doing the drop down. And of course, it's running a little slow because of the OBDS software that I'm using. But I can navigate to anywheres. So I also use redundant drives. So any built-in drive on your computer or desktop or whatever it is, with the exception of phone, it's called C drive. So anything after that is in numerical order, so it becomes D. So I have a mini SD card in here, so that is SDXC, and I have a lot of stuff stored in here. So if I go to my backup drive F, I have a lot of stuff here. So I have options. I have like 2 terabyte worth of backup here. So then I have a new volume here, and this is where I keep my Windows temp in case I need to go back from the preview build. And I have my movies. Don't tell nobody. I have my backup photos on my phone here. And so pretty much, if I just want to add one of these pictures to it, I'm just going to double click, or you can say, which takes longer, of course, you can say select. But we're just going to double click, and so boom, it's going to tell you down here, less than 1 minute left. It is now actually in my folder. So I can actually use this on my Samsung Galaxy to work with it by accessing that file. But let's say that I need to go to another folder to get something. So what we're going to do is we're just going to click on her name up here in the upper right hand corner, our little boat there, and we're going to say go back to, let me go to my other account here. So it's going to launch another one because we're going into another account. So now I have additional space here, and this is totally different storage, and this is actually for a friend I did some photography for, but I can literally share files between all of my Google accounts and move files around just by doing certain things like clicking on the 3 dots up here. Okay, got it, go away. All right, so we're gonna say 3 dots, more actions. All right, open with, you can tell it to Google Docs, text editor, Zoho Writer, connect more apps. You can download it, you can rename it, you can make a copy, you can share it, you can share a link, uh, you can organize it, you can add a shortcut, file information, move to trash, or you can say share, or you can copy a link. So when you say that you want to share it, this is when you need to really go in here and understand what you're doing. So let's just get back out of this, and we're going to go to my drive. We're going to say business, and we're going to click, and we're going to say share. So we're actually going to say share. It's going to load up, and now we're going to get some security settings. So share business with add people groups and calendar events. So this is where it gets tricky, but I just need to do this for demonstrational purposes. And let's just say that I'm going to send this to my other account. So we're going to say general access. So we're going to say anyone with a link. So now the access has been updated. So we can basically give them access over here by saying viewer. So if we want to just have them look at it, we can make them a commenter, or right now they're a viewer, so they can just look at it. They can actually comment on it, or they can edit it, which means they can download it, they can do whatever they want, and then they both become collaborators. So the work is actually saved to both drives as redundancies. All right, so uh, that is that. We would click done, and that would be done. But we're just gonna go back here, which pretty much just cancels that out. But let's just go explore a little bit more here. Let's go into my BillyDavisPhoto at gmail.com. Close out our other window here. As you can see, I have many tabs open. So I am able to just go back and forth and drag my tabs to reorganize them by clicking down on my mouse and holding it and moving at the same time, so I can move priority things. I do a lot of things with web search engine optimization, marketing, and advertising. So I always have to constantly look at my websites and see what they're doing within Google Search Console. I look at Google Analytics. I look at a lot of data. I am constantly reading. I don't really watch TV, but I've been reading for a very long time, so I understand a lot of assignments. But anyways, so when I'm working with my stuff, I have Moz as a tool. I use ChatGPT to tweak my writing a little bit and correct it, and to add keywords. And I'm actually able to access all that information by going over back to my Google account on those little things over here. and I can say Docs or I can say Sheets. So everything that I need, including my Google Business Profile Manager, my calendar, which is the same as on my phone, can be managed from right here. As you can see, you have me, you have chat, you can do your contacts, translate, you have finance, slides, books, you have Google Earth, Google Ads, you can Google One. I actually have a Google One subscription, and it is probably the best thing that I have ever invested in. So I have, I forget what it is. We're going to get into it as soon as it loads up. So I have dark web monitoring. I have full-time support. So my plan right now is the current plan. I'm paying $3 a month for 200 gigabyte of storage, and that I can share it with up to 5 people. More Google Photos editing features, which is pretty cool, and I get 3% back in the Google Store if I decide that I want to purchase something in there, and it's come in handy sometimes.